So if everyone could come to standing to start. So just coming to stand with the feet hip distance apart. Have a look down at your toes. Lift all 10 toes, spread them to really fan them out, and then place them back down on the ground. And then just have a look that you've got an alignment of the hips, the knees, and the toes. So I'm just going to let someone else in. So hips, knees, and toes. Often we can sometimes have the feet maybe turning out, maybe the feet turn in, or maybe you've got one out and one in. So can you just have a look at your alignment so you've got the hips, the knees, and the toes. If you were going to draw a line, they're all equalized. With the feet firmly on the floor, just have the arms, let the arms relax beside the hips. Let the arms be heavy. And then keeping the feet flat on the floor, we're just going to bring all of the weight, transfer the weight more into the left side of the body. So I'm going to mirror you through practice. So imagine it's a bit like the Leaning Tower of Pisa. So we're just leaning all of the weight into the left, coming back through center, and then transferring your weight more into the right side of the body. And just notice how this feels when you do that. And then coming back through center, very, very gently, just explore how does it feel if you shift the weight a little bit backwards. So more into the balls of the feet. Notice which muscles engage in the front of the legs as you do this. And then coming back through center and then leaning forwards a little. So coming more into the toes and the balls of the feet, and notice which muscles of the legs engage as you lean forwards. And then come back through center, having experienced moving from both sides, back and forth, side to side. Can you find that sweet spot? So that place where there's equal weight on the soles of the feet, so we're not leaning forwards, we're not leaning backwards or side to side, but we're centered. And then from your centered place, press down into the ground a little bit with the feet, with the toes spread. And then we're going to work up the body. So just have a slight lift of the kneecaps to activate the front of the thighs. And then we're going to engage the core by bringing the belly button a little bit towards the spine and upwards. And then grow tall through the spine, out through the crown of the head. So imagining there's a string pulling up through the crown of the head. So the feet press down, but the crown grows up. I'm just going to let someone else in. And I really love the image of a tree. So if you think about a tree's roots grow downwards towards the earth's core, in order for the tree to grow upwards and outwards above the ground. So in the same way, we can press down through the feet to root downwards, but then grow tall through the spine. So can you actually feel the whole crown grow really high up into the air? And if you're just joining us, welcome to Mindfulness Yoga with Parkinson's Care and Support UK. I'm Charlotte. If you'd like to come into feet hip distance apart into your mountain pose. Bring a slight bend to the knees, so there's a bit of buoyancy into the knees. And then inhale the shoulders right up towards the ears, and exhale, slowly lower the shoulders down the back. Breathing in, bring the shoulders all the way up to the ears, and exhale the shoulders downwards, down the back. Breathing in, bring the shoulders up towards the ears, and exhale the shoulders down the back. One more, breathing in. Shoulders up towards the ears, and exhale, bringing the shoulders down the back. Keep that slight bend in the knees, so there's a little bit of buoyancy there. We haven't got the legs locked. And then we're going to start to just rotate the upper body, so the hips, the knees, and the feet still face forwards. That was quite hard for me to say. Still face forwards. And it's just the upper body which is getting this rotation through it as you turn from side to side. Can you let the arms be heavy? So have the feeling of the arms be heavy towards the floor. Maybe there's a little bit of bounce as you come through the middle. And then can you start to increase the velocity to whichever speed feels right for you today? So maybe you keep it a little slow, or maybe you quicken the velocity, and at the end of each turn, there's this moment where the hands can really clap down onto the sides of the belly. So we're just waking up the internal organs. These twists that we're doing now, they're really good for aiding digestion, giving our internal organs a massage. And then start to slow down the velocity. You very, very slow turn. And then coming to stillness, and just take a moment here to feel into the arms and notice any sensations. You may feel tingling, energy, warmth. Take a big breath in through the nose and exhale out the mouth. 2 more. Breathing in through the nose and exhale through the mouth. Last one. Breathing in through the nose and exhale. And then from here, bring the hands down onto the tops of the thighs above the knees. And I'm just going to bring the feet inward slightly. So there's still a gap, but they're just slightly smaller than hip distance. And we're going to do a little bit of knee circles. So the knees are moving in the same direction as each other. And these can be tiny, tiny circles. They don't have to be big. Moving in one direction. Really slow. And then change direction, so moving in the opposite direction. And then make this your last circle. And then coming back up, this time do bring the feet to hip distance apart and bring the hands onto the hips and have that slight bend in the knees, so we've got a bit of buoyancy there. And then we're going to circle the hips. So imagine you're drawing a circle with the edges of your hips as you circle in one direction, keeping that bend in the knee. So we're just doing a little bit of a warm up before we come down on the floor, especially if a lot of us have been spending more time at home. We might be spending more time not moving as much. So just bringing a little bit of oil. I like to think of it as oiling the joints. So loosening them up. And then moving your circle in the opposite direction. Nice and slow with that bend in the knees. And then make this your last 2. And your last one. And then coming to stillness. This time, open the feet a little bit wider than hip distance. Keep the toes pointing forward. And then inhale the arms into the air. Have that bend in the knees, so there's a buoyancy in the knees. And then imagine you're drawing a circle with the fingertips on the ceiling. And this can be as small or as big as feels good. Keep the bend in the knee. Last one in this direction. And moving in the opposite direction. Last 2. And last one. And drop the hands down beside the body. And keeping the feet wide, bring the hands onto the belly underneath the belly button. And bring the left hand down first and the right hand on top of the left hand. Keeping that buoyancy in the knee. On your next inhale, start to bring the right hand, just the right hand, outwards towards the right side of the room. and turn the gaze towards the right side. And exhale, bringing the right hand back in towards the belly. And then as it comes to the belly, swap over hands. Inhale through the nose and open the left hand towards the left side of the room, turning the gaze if that feels okay in the neck. Exhale, bringing the left hand back in towards the belly. Breathing in through the nose, big open arms. And then this time, maybe exploring, maybe the hand goes a little bit past the shoulder. Maybe the gaze goes with the hand, and exhale, bringing the arm back in towards the belly. Left arm, breathing in. Open your arm wide like a wing that's opening. Maybe exploring moving past the shoulder. Maybe the gaze follows. And exhale, sweeping your arm back in towards the belly. Breathing in, right arm opens wide. And then perhaps the arm moves past the shoulder, gazing back. Exhale, sweeping the arm back in towards the belly. Breathing in, left arm opens wide. And then exploring, moving past the shoulder, maybe gaze follows. And exhale, bringing the hand back down to the belly, and then drop the arms down beside the hips. From here, inhale, reach the arms outwards so arms are parallel to the earth. Turn, keep that bend in the knees. Turn your right palm towards the ceiling, right palm towards the ceiling. Turn the left palm towards the room behind you, left palm towards the room behind you. So it looks a bit like this. So the left palm moves towards the room behind you and then turns up towards the ceiling. So we're doing like a opposite hand. From here, start to turn the palms the other way around. So both palms will face the floor. And then left palm will face the ceiling and right palm will move behind you first and then face up towards the sky. So it's a complete rotation in the shoulder joint. So just doing this a couple times. So it's a bit of a weird one, but it's just a rotation in the shoulder joint. Last one. Breathing in and breathing out. Drop the hands down beside the hips. Well done, everyone. And then just step the feet in. Step the feet in so now they're hip distance apart. From here, we're gonna do cat and cow standing, which we're gonna do kneeling when we come down to the floor. So it's gonna look like this. So I'm just gonna turn to the side to show you. So on the inhale, puff the chest, bend in the knees, and the arms go a little bit backwards behind the hips. And the gaze looks a little bit up towards the ceiling. Exhale, scoop the belly in, round the back and bring the chin towards the chest. Now join me, breathing in, puff the chest, bring the shoulder blades a little bit together, gaze slightly up towards the sky, and exhale, round the spine, bring the chin to the chest and reach the arms outwards. Breathing in, puff the chest, bring the shoulders away from the ears, slight gaze up towards the ceiling, and exhale. Squeeze the belly in, arch the spine, chin to the chest. Breathing in, puff the chest, arms squeezing behind you, gazing up towards the ceiling, and exhale. Arch the spine, bring the chin towards the chest. Last one. Breathing in, puff the chest, squeeze the shoulder blades and gaze up towards the ceiling. And last one. Breathing out, arch the spine, chin to chest, and arms out towards the side. And drop the arms down towards the floor. Well done, everyone. From here, we're just going to do another breathing exercise, moving the arms with the breath. So we've done this one. If you've joined class before, you probably would have done this one with me. So let's start with the arm movements first. Don't worry too much about the breath. I will introduce the breath a little bit after we show the move. So just start with the arms down beside the body with the palms facing backwards. Bring the arms towards me, so forward, with the palms facing the earth. Turn your right palm to face your left palm. Open the arms wide so the fingertips reach towards each side of the room. Turn the palms towards the ceiling. Reach both arms into the air. Reach for the sky, but bring the shoulders away from the ears. Turn both palms towards me and slowly lower the arms down beside the hips with the palms facing backwards, back to where we started. So we're going to do that twice more rounds, but this time I'm going to invite the breath. So when we move with the breath, it can almost become a little bit like a moving meditation. So starting with the arms down beside the body with the palms facing back, slight bend in the knees. Breathing in, reach the arms forward with the palms facing down. Exhale, turn your right palm to look at your left palm. Breathing in, reach the arms wide like you're asking someone for a really big hug. And exhale, rotate the palms towards the ceiling. Inhale, reach the arms into the air. Bring the shoulders down the back. And exhale, turn the palms towards me. And lower both arms down beside the hips, back to where we started with the palms facing behind you. Last one. Breathing in, reaching both arms forward, palms facing down. Exhale, turn your right palm to look at your left palm. Inhale, open your arms wide as if you're asking someone for a really big hug. And exhale, turn the palms towards the ceiling. Breathing in, scoop the air as you reach the arms towards the sky. And exhale, turn the palms of the hands towards me and slowly lower both arms down beside the hips. Well done, everyone. And from here, we're just going to do a little bit of a side stretch. So bring the hands just beside the head like this. But if that's not comfortable, don't worry, just have the arms out wide, or you could even keep the hands onto the hips. So from here, I'm just going to show you my hips. So from here, we're going to bring the elbow, the right elbow down towards the hip. And it's like you're cocking your hip a little bit. And then calming back through center, and then bringing your left elbow down towards your left hip. Just one more on each side. So it's a nice side stretch. Calming back through center and opposite side. And then calming back through center. And from here, just shake it out. So shaking out the arms, shaking out the hands. And then really shake from one side of the room through the middle to the other side of the room. And then coming through the middle, shake up really high. And shake through the middle and shake down really low. And then calming back through to the middle. And then from here, we're going to do some tapping. So start by tapping your chest. And then move into your belly. And this can be as hard or as soft as you like. And then we're going to go down the front of the thighs, the front of the shin bone, the calf muscles. So we're just building some heat here, getting the circulation going, the inside of the thighs, the outside of the thighs. Really get into your buttocks, into the kidneys. So we're just stimulating, waking up the body, and then down one shoulder, your upper arm, the forearm, the back of the hand, and then your other arm starting on the shoulder, the upper arm, the forearm, the back of the hand, and the palms of the hand, and then shake out once more. And then just take a moment to bring the arms down beside the body once more and just notice any sensations, any energy, any heat, any movement, any tingling. Take a big breath in and a long breath out. So we're just going to do one more thing before we come down to the floor, and that's a mindful walk forward. So I'm going to walk backwards so that I can walk forwards. If you've got room in front of you, you can stay where you are. So this is just bringing the idea of doing something we do every day but how it changes when you do it mindfully. And this is something you can take away and do when you're washing the dishes, making your bed, taking a walk like we're going to do now. So just start with the feet hip distance apart and just relaxing the body. And then we're going to do this mindful walk forward. So just lifting the left foot. Can you, as you step forward, place the heel down first, and then like you've licked a stamp and you're pressing a stamp down on an envelope, can you press the sole of the foot down one little bit at a time? And as you get to the balls and the toes, spread the toes and then press down into the foot and bring all of the weight into the left foot, lifting the right heel, and slowly step forward with your right foot. And once more, how slowly can you put the heel, the arch, the ball, and the toes and shift forward? So do 2 more steps forward, and I'm going to stop talking so that you can really bring the awareness into the soles of your feet as you do this. And then coming back to your mountain pose. Well done, everyone. And what I really love about this is how it can almost remind you about the simple pleasures or simple beauties. Like, for example, walking from A to B, we might do it all the time. We might do the same walk to go pick up our milk or whatever it is. And then when you suddenly bring this mindful element of it, it's not just with the feelings in the body, but it's also with the eyes, to look around, see what is in that tree, or what sound that bird is making, or whatever it is. So really absorbing even those small moments that we take for granted, we do all the time. When we bring those mindful elements in it, how it changes. Let's come down to the floor. If that's not available to you, please come and sit in a chair. I've got my cushion here, because if it's okay and if it's comfortable for you, come down into all fours. So I'm here. And I'm using the cushions underneath my knees because I find it's quite harsh to have your knees straight down onto the floor. If this is not comfortable, please come to sit in a chair, and I will show everyone how to do this, all of this next stage into a chair. So we did this standing up, where we arch the spine in both ways. This is a spine mobilization. So just start by bringing the hands underneath the shoulders, really spread the fingers and bring your index finger pointing forward. Have the legs hip distance apart. From here, inhale, rock the tailbone towards the sky, drop the belly down towards the floor, move the shoulders away from the ears and gaze forward. Exhale through the mouth, squeeze the belly in, tuck your tailbone and round your spine by pressing the palms into the earth and bring your chin to the chest. Breathing in, rock the tailbone towards the sky, drop the belly towards the floor, move the shoulders away from the ears, lengthen through the front of the neck and gaze forward. And exhale, scoop the belly in, tuck the tailbone and round your back by bringing your chin to your chest. So doing 2 more rounds of this in your own time, and the invitation is to close down your eyes and really just feel into the movement. And for anyone who's sat in a chair, the way that we do this is have the hands onto the thighs, inhale, puff the chest, shoulders away from the ears, gaze forward, squeeze the shoulder blades together, and exhale, scoop the belly, round the spine, and bring the chin towards the chest. So just taking the option which is working for you today, and when you're finished your last round, coming back into a neutral spine, and then very, very gently rolling over onto one hip, and we're going to come to lie down onto the ground. So very carefully, there's no rush here. Bring the back of the body onto the floor, and remember you can stay seated into a chair. Bring the feet hip distance apart. Bring the arms beside the body, but have them a little bit wide so that the arms are underneath the shoulders. Bring the palms facing up. And whether you're in a chair or lying on the ground, close down your eyes. With the eyes closed, just start to bring your awareness into the room you're in. So what that means is starting to let go of focus to any noises that might be happening outside. So we're all, obviously, a lot of us are living either with people or it might be noisy, but can you start to draw your attention away from the outside so that we can start to bring the attention inside? So inside the room, onto your floor that you're lying on or the chair you're sat on, and into your body. So just noticing how your body is feeling lying on the floor or sat in the chair. Noticing which parts of the body are touching the floor and which parts aren't. And then we're going to do a scan of the body, starting with the toes and the feet. So just bring your awareness to your toes and your feet and notice what you feel here. Are there any sensations? Maybe the feet feel numb. Then moving through the ankles and the calf muscles, noticing what you feel here. Through the knees and the thighs, where do you feel tension and tightness? And where feels like it needs a good stretch or softening? Moving your awareness through your hips, your belly, your lower back and sacrum. Which parts of the body feel alive and which parts feel like they need a bit of attention? Bringing the awareness through your lower back, middle back, and upper back. Just feeling any tightness or holding, just noticing it now. Bringing the awareness into your chest, your arms and your hands. And then working your way up through your body scan, so bringing the awareness into your neck, your jaw, your head. Just feeling into the entire body. And like we just did the scan of the body, the physical body, we're now going to do a similar scan with our emotional body. So just bringing your awareness to your energy level. So noticing if you feel full of energy and raring to go this afternoon, or are you feeling a little depleted, a little bit sleepy maybe? So don't look for any reasons why. And can you let go of any frustrations or judgment that comes up about how you're feeling? So just noticing it without any judgment. And then bringing your awareness to how you're feeling emotionally. Are you happy, angry, sad, bored, frustrated? Maybe you're feeling calm. And once again, without looking for any reasons why, this is just a snapshot of the now. So the more that we try to run away or force change on how we're feeling, the more it will stick. But if we can just soften in with a bit of acceptance, a bit of love for where we are, we can start to process and work through it all. So just bringing the awareness to your breath, your natural inhale and your natural exhale. Noticing if your breath is long or short. Is it deep or is it shallow? So sometimes when we're stressed and anxious, the breath can get quite short and shallow and be very high up in the chest. So we're going to do a breathing practice now to just work on inviting a deeper breath into the belly, to just strengthen the diaphragm, bring more oxygen into the blood and just nourish the whole body. The invitation is an inhale through the nose and an exhale through the mouth, through pursed lips, as if you're blowing out a candle. So just practice that now. And then the invitation, and again, it's just an invitation, so if this doesn't feel good, please just breathe normally, is an inhale for the count of 2 and an exhale through the pursed lips for the count of 4. So I'll do the counting, you do the breathing. So let's begin by just a normal inhale and a normal exhale, and then breathing in through the nose. 1, 2. Exhale through the mouth. 1, 2, 3, 4. Inhale nose. 1, 2. Exhale mouth. 1, 2, 3, 4. Inhale nose. 1, 2. Exhale mouth. 1, 2, 3, 4. Inhale nose. 1, 2. Exhale mouth. 1, 2, 3, 4. Last one. Inhale nose. 1, 2. Exhale mouth. 1, 2, 3, 4. And just return your breath to normal. Just your normal inhale and your normal exhale. And just notice any differences in the body, any changes to the breath. Maybe there aren't any, and that's fine too. And then slowly peeling your eyes open if they're not already. We're going to bring a bit of movement into the body now. So just start with a slight tuck to the chin. So you have a nice long back of the neck. Take an inhale here, and on the exhale, turning just the head towards the right shoulder, just the head. Just exploring your range of motion. Breathing in the head back through center, and exhale the head towards the left shoulder. Inhale back through center, and exhale turning the head towards the right shoulder, just feeling what happens in the back, what happens in the neck as you do this. Inhale the head through center, and exhale left shoulder. One more on each side, breathing in through center, and exhale head towards the right shoulder. Inhale through center, and exhale left shoulder. And then bringing the head back through center. From here, bring the arms down beside the body so they're closer in towards the hips with the palms facing down. The arms by the hips, palms facing down. On your next inhale, raise the arms from the earth and slowly reach the fingertips towards the ceiling. Bring the shoulder blades and shoulders downwards towards the earth. And in exhale, we're going to slowly lower the arms behind us on the ground, but do it slowly. Maybe the arms touch the floor, maybe they don't. Option to have a wider V shape in the arms. So rather than having the arms so close to the ears, it just feels a little bit nicer in the shoulders to have a bit wider with the arms. Breathing in, lifting the arms back into the air. So we're going back the way we came. Just notice if one arm is leading the way. Sometimes we have a dominant arm. Can you equalize the movement and exhale? Slowly lower both arms down beside the hips with the palms facing down. Breathing in, lifting both arms slowly into the air, reaching the fingers towards the ceiling, bring the shoulders down into the earth, and exhale. Slowly lower the arms behind you onto the earth. Maybe they touch the floor, maybe they don't. Maybe you have a big wide V shape with the arms to just soften into the shoulders. Inhale, lifting the arms into the air, just noticing if one arm's leading the way, can you equalize the movement? And exhale, slowly lower the arms down beside the hips with the palms facing down. We're going to do one more of these. So starting with the hands by the hips, palms facing down. Breathing in through the nose, raising the arms into the air, reaching the fingers towards the sky, shoulders downwards towards the earth, and exhale. Slowly lower the arms behind you, either by the ears or maybe big, wide V shape with the arms. Last one. Breathing in, lifting both arms, equalizing the movement. So notice if one arm is racing forward. And then exhale, slowly lower both arms down beside the body with the palms facing down, back to where we started. This time, breathing in, bring both arms towards the ceiling, and we're going to stay here for a moment. So reaching the fingertips towards the ceiling, arms are over the shoulders. Turn your right palm to look at your left palm. So the palms are facing inwards. Take a moment to press your shoulders and shoulder blades downwards into the earth. Right arm only. Inhale, reach the right fingertips towards the sky and lift the right shoulder and shoulder blade away from the earth. Exhale, lower the right shoulder and press it downwards into the ground. Left arm. Inhale, lift the left fingertips and reach the left arm towards the sky, lifting the left shoulder away from the earth. And exhale, lower the left shoulder blade downwards into the ground. Inhale, right arm. Lift the right shoulder blade away from the earth. Reach the right fingertips towards the ceiling and exhale, lower the right shoulder and shoulder blade downwards. Left arm reaches upwards towards the sky. Lift the left shoulder away from the earth and exhale, slowly lower the left shoulder and shoulder blades downwards. Last one, breathing in, reaching the right arm for the sky, lifting the right shoulder away from the earth and exhale, lower the right shoulder and shoulder blade downwards. Left arm, last one, breathing in, reaching the left arm towards the sky, feeding the left shoulder away from the earth and exhale, bringing the left shoulder and shoulder blades downwards. From here, bend in the elbows and bring the upper arms downwards onto the ground. So upper arms are down onto the earth, elbows are bent, forearms and hands are still pointing up towards the ceiling. So it's a bit like robot arms, if you were going to do the robot. And then from here, just start to rotate both wrist joints in one direction. Nice and slowly, just oiling the wrist joints. And then moving the wrist joints in the opposite direction. And then slowly coming to stillness, bring your hands into fists. So really squeeze the hands into fists. Imagine that your hands are flower buds, so flower buds. And then on your next inhale, imagine that flower buds are going to slowly open. So slowly open the palms of your hands, like the blossoming of a flower, until you get to full blossoming. Really stretch the fingers as wide as possible. One more of these. Bring the hands back into fists, squeeze the hands, so little flower buds. And then on your next inhale, slowly blossom the hands open, spreading the fingers really wide fingers. And then bring both knees in towards the chest. Take the hands maybe over the kneecaps, the shin bones, or maybe underneath the thighs, and rock the sacrum from side to side. So we're just massaging the lower back. So with the knees in towards the chest, hands onto the knees, rocking the sacrum from side to side. And then slowly coming to stillness, bringing the left sole of the foot down towards the floor, the left knee pointing up towards the ceiling, and take both hands over the right knee. And we're just going to start rotating the right ankle joint in one direction. The right ankle rotating nice and slowly, and then rotating in the opposite direction. And then coming to stillness, bring the left knee back in towards the chest and lower the right sole of the foot towards the ground, right knee pointing up towards the ceiling. Both hands onto the left knee or maybe the thigh, and rotate the left ankle in one direction. And then rotating the left ankle in the opposite direction. And then bringing the left sole of the foot down towards the floor. Now both feet are flat onto the ground, and open the arms wide once more. So shoulder high or just underneath the shoulders, or maybe you can even have the elbows bent with the arms a little bit pointing up. So really it's your choice on what feels good in the body where you have your arms. We're going to do windscreen wiper legs, which is one of my favorites. So with the chin slightly tucked, with the knees pointing towards the ceiling, inhale here, and on the exhale, let both legs slowly rock towards the right side of the room. Maybe the legs touch the floor, maybe they don't. So that's not important. We're just getting a little bit of rotation in the belly. And then bringing both knees back through center. Inhale here and exhale, rocking both legs towards the left side of the room. Maybe the legs touch the floor, maybe they don't. Breathing in, bring both knees back to center, and exhale, rocking both legs towards the right hand side. Option to turn the head towards the left. So the head is moving in the opposite direction of the legs. Breathing in, legs and head back through center, and exhale, legs towards the left, head towards the right. One more on each side. Inhale through center. Exhale, rocking the legs towards the right, head towards the left. Breathing in, calming back through center, and exhale, last one. Legs towards the left and head towards the right. And then calming back through center, just bringing the tips of the fingers towards the head with the elbows bent. And then we're just we did this when we were stood up on the floor. So from here, can you, keeping the arms and the head on the floor, can you just start to bring your elbow, your right elbow, a little bit more towards your right hip? So it's kind of like a sideways stretch. We're just going to do one on each side. Calming back through center, keeping the head and the arms sweeping along the earth, bringing the left elbow a little bit more towards your left hip, and then calming through to center, keeping the arms here if it feels comfortable in the arms, or maybe have the arms a little bit wider with the palms facing up, and just close down the eyes. With the eyes closed, can you bring to mind somewhere where you might lie like this, or if you're in a chair, somewhere outside where you'll lie like this, or maybe sat on a bench, on a chair. And then bringing to mind a beautiful blue sky above you. Wherever you are, maybe it's a meadow, a field, your garden, a park. a mountain. Just feel completely supported by the earth. You have nothing to do and nowhere to be. It's the perfect temperature, not too hot, not too cold. And on your next exhale, just start to let go of tension, tightness, holding in the body. Let the arms be heavy. And then imagining in this beautiful blue sky above you, you can start to feel the warmth of the sun glowing down onto your body. And from here, we're coming into final relaxation. So options are to have the arms maybe a little bit closer towards the hips, palms facing up, and maybe you'd like to lengthen the legs. If you're sat in a chair, maybe bringing the hips a little bit further back onto the chair, coming a little bit more comfortable. Let the feet flop out to the side. And if you haven't already, closing down the eyes. Just feeling that warm glow from the sun pouring down, warming your skin, your muscles, your bones. And on your next exhale, just feeling any lasting tension or tightness, just releasing from the body as you get a little bit heavier into the earth. Feeling that warm glow from the sun pouring through the soles of your feet. And as that warmth starts to pour into the soles of your feet, filling up your calf muscles, feeling any tension or tightness in the calf muscles start to melt. Feeling that warm glow move through your knees and up into your thighs, filling it with warmth, melting any tension or tightness. And then letting that warm glow pour into your hips. So your hips are loose and free. Filling up the belly with this warm light, melting any tension in the lower back, the middle back, the upper back, and the shoulders. And then as the glow pours through your upper body, through the arms, into the hands, feel the whole body start to relax. As it starts to move into your chest and circle around your heart, filling your neck and your head with warmth, with energy, and then imagining with your next few exhales, not only tension or tightness which is melting from the body, but also any fears, anxiety, negative emotions. That too is melting from the body, dripping down into the earth. And if any thoughts start to flutter into the mind, we're still under that beautiful blue sky. and the thoughts are just clouds passing by and evaporating into the atmosphere. We can start to observe our thoughts as a watcher rather than indulging in the stories that they're telling us. Slowly start to deepen your breath. Lengthen your inhale and lengthen your exhale. As you breathe in the nose and imagine that the breath is traveling down your limbs so it reaches your fingertips and toe tips. And on the exhale, breathing out the mouth, letting all of the breath leave the body until you're hungry for the next breath. Breathing in, filling the body with breath, energy, vitality, positivity, and exhaling completely any tension, tightness, holding, fears, anxieties, anything you need to let go of, and doing one more cleansing, clearing breath like that. Start to become aware of any sounds you hear. Sounds outside of the room you're in, maybe in the rest of your house or flat, maybe even in the street, in your garden. Become aware of sensations on your skin. Is it hot, cold, damp? Can you taste anything within your mouth? Can you smell anything? And then very, very gently, like that flower, like that bud slowly blossoming, can you slowly start to move a little bit of the body by wiggling your fingers and your toes? Like we've just awoken from hibernation, really slowly moving the wrist joints, the ankle joints. And then when you're ready, letting that blossom get a little bigger, maybe reaching the arms above the head and giving yourself a full body stretch, like it's your very first stretch of the morning. Tuning into your body and doing whatever it is your body is calling for. Maybe that's a yawn. Maybe lengthen through the right side, the left side. And then gently, gently bringing the knees in towards the chest. Hugging the knees in. And just take a moment to show yourself some love. So literally giving ourselves a massive hug. Thank yourself for making time for you, making time for self-care, for nourishment, for relaxation. And then rolling over onto your right hand side, fetal position, and just stay here for a breath, just feeling completely supported by the earth. And then using the hands, slowly press yourself up into a comfortable seat. And this could be sat in a chair, it could be back against the wall, kneeling, feet flat, legs long, in crossed legs. So just taking your time, because we've been on the floor for a while, to come into a comfortable seat of choice. Bringing the hands onto the thighs and closing down the eyes. With your eyes closed, lean the upper body backwards a little bit. So just leaning the upper body backwards a little bit with the eyes closed. Imagine you're leaning into something or someone you love. Maybe that's a beautiful tree. Maybe that's a person. Just feeling that love and support as you lean backwards, and bring a smile to your mouth. And the invitation is to take that smile with you for the rest of your day and the rest of your week. And then slowly peeling your eyes open. Namaste. Thank you so much for practicing with me today, everyone. I hope you enjoyed mindfulness yoga. I'm Charlotte. This is Parkinson's Care and Support UK. I'm just going to take you guys off mute. Unmute all. I can't seem to take everyone off mute for some reason, but hopefully you guys are feeling good. How is everyone? Is everyone okay?
Yeah, fine. Thank you. It was great. Thank you.
Oh, good. I'm glad. I'm glad everyone could make it. So, Parkinson's Care and Support UK, I've mentioned it already, but they do have this wonderful Facebook group. So do join. They've got loads of stuff going on, more live classes on Zoom, but also lots of recorded free video content, chair yoga, qigong, fitness, loads of stuff going on. They're a wonderful community. Any questions, comments, anything, please do let me know. I'm back here next week, and I really hope to see you guys all again soon for some more mindfulness yoga.
Thank you, Charlotte.
Thank you. Take care, everyone.